We are in the sleepy beach town of Hobos Beach in Isabela, Puerto Rico. We're on the northwest coast. It's got turquoise water. The beaches go forever. And we're very close to the rainforest. We're probably 15 minutes drive. We had a Airbnb, and it was a mom and pops organization, and people would come here and lay in hammocks. They would say things like, "Where's this place been all my life?" And then suddenly comes this unprecedented meteorological nightmare known as Hurricane Maria. It was so overwhelming for all the government services that we didn't see anybody for at least 2 months. No police, no FEMA, no National Guard, no Army. And we were able to go to the local Kmart, and there was a big crowd of people there, and we were able to actually get signal. I finally got a call through to my son who lives in Brooklyn. He said, "Dad, how are you doing?" And I told him that we were just flat on our faces, and that we had no electric, no water, no cell phone service, no texting, no Wi-Fi, no internet, no gasoline.
The last time I had a personal disaster response humanitarian aid lift was in Hurricane Sandy in New York 5 years ago. What we're trying to do is take our vendors' relationships that we have, large-scale, megawatt-size solar contracts, and ask them, as a favor, can they help Puerto Rico? I'm in a personal endeavor here. My stepmother is from Ponce, Puerto Rico, and 17 years ago she brought my father down there. He's American, but Puerto Rico has kind of become my spiritual home. Every day that goes by is painful for me to imagine people without food and water 2 weeks after the storm. So we're trying to triage and get as many panels down there on this first trip as possible.
He said, "How about if we do like my wife Jen and I did for Hurricane Sandy in New York, where they just started getting people to donate solar panels."
Walter and I care very much about Puerto Rico. His father's house is there. We've done a lot of work there. We spend at least a month there every year. We just got on the phone with some like-minded people who also have personal and professional connections to the island and said, "Hey guys, we were pretty successful at just bootstrapping an effort to bring solar in the Rockaways after Sandy." That effort had expanded and expanded and expanded in ways that we hadn't imagined, and so we felt like we had a platform to expand it once again and to at least make some kind of impact.
And he said, "How about we turn your Las Dunas guest house, we'll turn it into a hub for a base camp for servicing all the people up in the mountains." He said, "There's so many people on the mainland who want to pour out their hearts and help out." So I just started housing people, and it's been going on for more than half a year. We've gone through probably 200 people. At first, of course, there was no water. We were collecting rainwater. We finally got propane. We were doing assessment and triage. We drove around the island. It was very raw. People, they didn't seem to have a lot of hope at first. And the only means of communication here, everybody would go to the bakery, and they would sit around and they would talk and trade information. And we, quite by chance, ran into Fernando. Fernando told us our chance of actually getting all those products, say maybe $500,000 worth of products, flying into the tarmac in Aguadilla Airport. He said, "You've got about a 50% chance. If the Army doesn't redirect your airplanes, the National Guard will." And he said, "You can count on me." He says, "I'll put it in hangar number 5 and I'll put it under lock and key," and it's still there. A half a year later, the products that keep arriving, Fernando's our go-to guy. Here they are, there's 2,000 solar panels, and we set them off right there, and those all went to people's roofs.
Something as simple as lifting 3 solar panels onto the roof of a bakery and then wiring it down into some batteries and plugging it into someone's panel and then saying, "Now I can run X, Y, and Z that I couldn't do, and I can sell these products, and I can expand to serve this many more people." There's a lot of very tangible optimism in that. Holding on to that optimism is a necessary objective.
3, go. Woo! There it is. ¡Eh, café!
No tienen de saber, voy a ponerlo.
Está bien para que huele.
It's right now kind of like a sick family member, and all of us need to help lend a hand to heal and get her back up so that we can enjoy our family together again.